Hey, everybody. So this is my weekly recap. I promised my clients that I was going to do this at least once a week to try and keep you informed and as to what's happening with mortgages. And you can't really do that without talking about the economy as a whole. Some of my clients have told me, they just can't stand to watch the news because it just freaks them out. And I have to be honest with you. There was a while there where I was watching the news a couple hours a day and I was having nightmares. It was tough for me to fall asleep at night. So, listen, I've accepted the fact of that we're in a bad situation right now. And my choice is to try and make the best of the bad situation and not bombard myself with negativity. So I'm trying to also give my clients some positive information and just some straight talk. So we can't do that really without looking at some of the world events. So today we had a massive $2 trillion bill that was agreed on with the White House and the Senate. So supposedly this is a great thing. I think it's a great thing. Anytime the government steps in like this to try and help, I believe is a good thing. This is why we pay our taxes. We are preparing for an event like this. Every time they take money out of our paycheck and we're building this incredibly strong government is to handle things like hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes and financial catastrophes like this and like what happened during the Great Recession. So the government coming in, stepping in, I believe it's a good thing. Now, I'll let the politicians figure out how good it is or how bad it is, and I'll let you make a judgment as to whether or not you think it is. One of the things I like about it is that they're going to be sending money to families that make less than 75, or people that make less than $75,000 a year, and $150,000 for couples. I'm a little bummed out that people are on the verge of poverty are going to get less money because let's face it, the amount of money that they're sending everybody is really small compared to especially if you live here in California or New York or one of the more higher priced cities. But we'll let you figure that out. The fact that they're giving money to businesses, again, if it keeps our country afloat, I'm all for it. I'm hoping that it comes with some strings attached, that these companies that are taking the money cannot lay people off, because that's going to be a great thing for the country if these companies are not laying people off. Once again, we'll let them decide. Let's talk about how the market's reacting to it. So the Dow today closed up 500 points, about 500 points. It was up as much as 1,200 points earlier. But hey, 500 points used to be an incredible advance, right? We love 500 points. Let's talk about how it's handling it in the bond market. So my clients know when bonds are going up, rates are going down, right? This is what we've always talked about. Well, we're kind of in a new normal here. My gosh, if you look back, let's take a look. Let's look at the Fannie Mae, the 3% Fannie Mae, because this is what most bond traders are trading off of right now. It didn't move. Hang on. Here we go. So, all the way back in November of 2018, all of a sudden, man, bonds started going up and rates started going down. Once again, bonds going up right here means rates going down. All of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, man, the bonds just started tanking. From what I understand, one of the reasons why this was happening is that these, hedge funds were getting margin calls and they were having to cash out their bond positions to be able to meet the margin calls. Whatever's been happening this last week, the bond market has loved it. These big, beautiful green lines means bonds going up, which you would think means rates going down. But rates have gone down a little bit. But the biggest reason why rates skyrocketed with refis didn't as much have to do with the bond market as it had to do with capacity. Remember my past videos, there's $11 trillion in mortgages that are out there. And normally we do about $1.5 trillion a year in purchase and refinance mortgages. And over this period of about a month, we had more applications in that period of month than we normally do in an entire year. And it just overtaxed the system. And lenders raised their rates on refinances to be able to slow down the amount of applications. Is it going to last that way forever? Nobody that I'm talking to believes that that's going to be the case. we all think that you're going to see rates go down again. But I can tell you that with all of the applications that are out there, people that are holding tight, that have already filled out an application and already sent in paperwork, they're going to get priority treatment because lenders are looking at like they're the most serious. So if you have filled out an application, but you have not got any documentation in, I highly encourage you to get that documentation in, because when rates do dip back down, you're not going to be at the top of the pecking order. Shane and I have a spreadsheet of all of our clients that have filled out applications and all the ones that have sent in paperwork. Those people are going to get the most attention. It's just natural, right? If you have not filled out an application yet, email me at barry@krevoyteam.com, BARRY@krevoyteam.com, and let's get you set up so you can fill out an application and get paperwork in. Or you can message us here on Facebook or on YouTube or on LinkedIn. We'll make sure that you get an application link, fill out the application, let's get the paperwork in. And I promise that I'm going to keep an eye on things and make sure that you stay informed. Everybody, let's be kind to each other. Man, during this time of crisis, we don't want to get squirrely. We want to be nice to each other. We want to be nice to our neighbors. We want to care about the people that literally don't know whether they're going to be able to eat tomorrow. Most of us here in California, we know where at least our next meal is coming from. There's some people that don't have that. So do what you can to be empathetic and be nice to each other. I don't care what your political leanings are. We gotta go out of our way to love one another. If we do, and I know we will, we're gonna make it out of this and we're gonna be okay. All right? Hopefully we'll talk soon, folks.